Take your CJ7 all the way to 11. Jeepin' with Cool Guy.
On today's episode of Jeepin' with Cool Guy, we're going to install the tie rod ends, the tie rod in arm, supporting shaft, and then we're also going to install and apply the steering dampener to the tie rod end. I want to preface this real quick. This is for the Narrow Track 79 CJ7. As far as I know, this is the exact same configuration of the 76 through, I think it was 81 when they went to the, until they went to the wide track axles. But even then, it's almost the exact same. The only difference is the length of the steering linkage arm and the length of the tie rod connecting arm, because it's a narrow track as opposed to a wide track. Other than that, all the components are the exact same. So let's get to it. Before we get into the meat and bones of all this, I want to explain what the components are of your actual steering mechanisms that connect the two wheel knuckles, the steering knuckles, together. First is the steering gear, steering box, that is connected to the pitman arm. This is just your standard pitman arm. There's no drop on it, and that has a tie rod in that connects to the pitman arm, that connects to the adjusting sleeve, that connects to the connecting rod linkage. This is basically one big tie rod end. When you're looking this thing up, there's going to be a bunch of different names for it. There's like the connecting rod, there's the steering linkage, whatever that may be, but just realize that it's a long shafted piece. This is a tie rod that is specific to the connecting linkage and the pitman arm. So when you're ordering all these things, make sure that you're getting the tie rod ends and the tie rod steering linkage connecting arm. I'll put all of the links to this, to what I ordered off of Rock Auto, in the description, so that helps to minimize that. So that's the steering box connecting arm, more or less, to the steering knuckle. Next is your connecting rod, or your actual tie rod. Now, why do they call this a tie rod? Because it ties together the two different steering knuckles on opposite sides of the vehicle. And on each end of this tie rod is a tie rod end. This is very similar to what I just showed you on the pitman arm. But they are specific to the side of the vehicle. So this one is the left side tie rod, and then there's also a right side tie rod. But that is based on how these things are actually threaded, because the inner part of this tie rod is threaded so that you can adjust it to get your wheels straight, and also to control the toe of your the tire's direction. So that's actually how you would adjust your steering, is this threaded adjusting bracket on the steering arm and also on the tie rod itself. The steering dampener connects to the tie rod end. Now we need to go into what I've already done. So let's start with the connecting steering linkage. This ball joint is basically, all you need to do is install the ball joint, and then this castle nut gets threaded down to 40 foot-pounds. Once you get it to 40 foot-pounds, then you obviously install your cotter pin. Don't loosen it up. If you need to, over-tighten it a little bit just to get those the hole lined up with the cotter pin and the grooves that's in the castle nut. Then you install your steering arm linkage. That castle nut is also applied at 40 foot-pounds do the same thing with the cotter pin and aligning the lines or the threads, the grooves with the cotter pin hole. This is the passenger side steering knuckle. The tire or the connecting rod linkage installs into the front most forward facing hole. Then there's the steering dampener or dampener. Not dampener, damper. I've been pronouncing it wrong for a long time now. Anyways, this is installed simply by putting the dampener over the top of the damper arm that is the metal piece that fits right underneath the axle. Then this nut goes on with a washer. Okay, so now let's apply the tie rod and the tie rod ends. First thing to do here is to apply your clamp. I've already powder coated the tie rod and the clamps, which is nice because they'll never rust out. And I've also replaced the bolt, the nut, and the washer that came with this thing with stainless steel or hot oil treated this bolt, so it'll never rust out. Get those on first, and then take your left side tie rod end. But before you do that, I'm going to suggest two things. One, do a dry fit on the tie rod ends before you try and install them. Just because I've done this twice now, and I'm guessing that the tie rod itself is threaded according to what side it's supposed to go on, even though there's no markings. So the last thing you want to do is to cross thread this thing because you're trying to install it on the wrong side. So the left and the right side tie rod ends are specifically threaded for the direction that they're supposed to rotate, so that you can expand and extend the tie rod to adjust the spacing between your steering knuckles. Don't cross thread these things. If it doesn't go in really easily, switch it up to the other side to see if it threads better. Other thing I'm going to recommend doing is I'm going to lube up the whole inside of this thing, the threads, with some super lube or some other kind of just basic light grease. I don't want to put paint on the inside of this thing just because these the threads are so fine, and I definitely don't want these things to bind up, but I also don't want this thing to rust out. So I'm going to apply this super lube in here, and that'll help provide a nice waterproof seal, and it'll also keep it from binding up in the future. Okay, now that we got that done, now I'm going to thread this thing in. It should go in really easy. Take the castle nut off, and then I'm going to go apply the other one. Alright, now that we've got our tie rods in, just file this thing across and try and see if you've got it fitted well enough to where the tie rods ends will fit right up through the steering knuckle. The other thing you want to do is make sure that your steering knuckles on both sides are as straight, eye them up as straight as you possibly can. It'll just make adjusting later a lot easier. And once you got those in and adjusted right, then apply the castle nut and just screw it down finger tight. Once you get that installed, these go to 40 foot-pounds. There we go. Installing a new cotter pin. Cool. Now you want to apply your clamp anywhere on the end of this pipe. This one happens to have a groove in there, so I'm assuming you probably want to align it with that groove. And then this nut gets applied at only 12 foot-pounds. Alright, 12 foot-pounds. That is not much. Alright, now that we got the tie rod ends in and installed and torqued down, let's move on to the steering damper. This consists of a few different pieces, and we'll just go through piece by piece. This is for the original configuration, meaning that you have the original mounting bracket for the steering damper. This is a big folded piece of metal that comes with a steel plate that goes around the tie rod, and then you've got your 2 U-bolts that connect that to the tie rod. You also need your bumpers and your fasteners for the steering damper. So the way this gets configured is you put on first your separating washer onto the steering damper bolt, and then you apply the first of the bushings. There's 2 different widths to the ridges, elevated ridges of the damper. The one that has the smallest ridge actually is going to wind up going to the inside of the steering dampener mount support. So apply that to there, then put on your damper. Then the next bushing, again with the smaller ring, elevated ring, pointing to the inside, fitting inside of that hole in the damper. Then you take your last washer and your crown nut, flange nut, whatever comes with your kit, and you screw that down onto the bolt. This is applied at 22 foot-pounds. The mounting nut that goes to the plate with the axle on the other end of the damper is 30 foot-pounds. Before we tighten everything up and get it all up to torque spec, I'm going to install the tie rod support plate with our U-bolts. So you want to use this outer plate on the outside of the bracket. Take your U-bolt, put that through the 2 holes in the support plate. Once you get that through, then you want to take your washer, and this one I reused everything that was original, so these washers are really super thick, but I think you can get away with just a regular stainless steel or a grade 5 washer. And then apply your nut on the end of it. You can use lock nuts if you want. I'm not really all that concerned about it. I'm just going with stainless steel. These nuts are applied at 12 foot-pounds, which I don't know how I'm going to get a socket head on these things. I might just have to wing it and just do it by hand. Before you tighten these down, tighten up the piston nut to 22 foot-pounds, like I had mentioned about 2 seconds ago, and extend the steering damper arm as far as you can. So I've pulled this out, so my amount of travel is 6 inches and 3/4. So what I'm going to do, and I don't know if this is right, but I can't find any other reference on how to do this. I'm going to compress this half the distance. The reason I'm going to do that is because this thing moves and extends depending on how much you steer. And the tie rod moves accordingly because it's connected to the steering knuckle. Now, it won't be that much of a difference, but I want to make sure that I don't bottom out or max out the piston for the steering damper just because I didn't adjust it right. If you know of a better way of doing this, please let me know. Put it in the comments. Let the community know. But the correct way to do it, but the way that I'm going to try and set this up is I'm going to split the difference with the wheels pointing straight ahead of the travel on the piston. So if it's 6 3/4, it should be 3 3/8. Now that I've got that set, what I think is right, now you can tighten these bolts down, or these nuts down to 12 foot-pounds. All right, we've got the steering linkage in. We've gone from the pitman arm end to the adjusting sleeve. We've connected in the connecting arm to the steering knuckle. Then that goes to the tie rod end, which connects to the tie rod, to the other tie rod end, to the other steering knuckle, and then that connects to the steering damper with the bracket and all the 2 U-bolts that go to that. Everything's been torqued in. We're all up to spec. The only thing that I need to do now is to get out the grease gun and to grease up the tie rod ends and the pitman arm end. That's pretty much about it. Really, you can't do a whole lot of adjustment right now because I don't have the wheels on, and you'll probably wind up doing that, taking it into a place, or you can do it by yourself. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. That's down the road. We'll see how that goes. Did want to say like and subscribe. It's kind of important, keeps the channel going, and it builds the community. So like and subscribe, let me know how I'm doing. Hope you're looking forward to the next Jeep with Cool Guy episode because there's another one coming soon.